as we've mentioned, Rafe was kind of like, actually quite a bit like Edvard Grieg in the fact that he loved the local old folk melodies of his country and wanted to do something with them, something patriotic. That's what a lot of romantic composers were quite motivated with, the fact of their country and how patriotic they were towards it. So imagine this. Rafe walking through, he has everything he needs. He has a super lavish lifestyle, so he doesn't need to work to earn a living. A lot of us need to work to earn some money so we can buy food, so we can survive. Everything is already there for him. So all he ever does is just frolic around the country fields of England, work on his music and live a comfortable life. He doesn't have to work much. So he would often go into a lot of the hamlets and the small villages of England, just trying to listen out and find new folk melodies, new tunes that he could use to compose new music, because he really wanted people to be drawn in to the beauty of his country, which was England. So Rolfe wrote the piece Larks Ascending. A lark is a specific kind of bird, and there are many different species related to that bird, and ascending, it just means to rise. And he wrote it in 1914, but he had to put a pause on it, mainly because a very significant event was about to unfold, and that was World War I, also known as the Great War. And though he was technically too old, his love and his patriotism for his country drove him to enlist for the military. He ended up working as part of the ambulance squad, so he would constantly be hauling stretchers for his people, and did this for 2 years. So the war lasted from 1914 to 1918, but he did this for 2 years. One interesting side note, he was actually he was suspected of, at one point in time, when he was writing music, and he was writing the different musical notes, the people in his same dragoon or his same squad thought he was writing some notes for the opposing army. And so they arrested him, and eventually he was released, even though he was arrested for spying. A bit strange. And so after the war, he returned to a battered and bruised England, destroyed by a lot of shells. When I say shells, I mean like bombs from the sky, and a lot of ruins. And these once nice countryside walks he used to take that was surrounded with beauty and birds singing and all bits of nature, it took on a new meaning when you look at the piece Lark Ascending, because as the bird is rising from the ashes like a phoenix, it symbolized England rising from the ashes, from what was once beautiful to what is now destroyed. Larks Ascending came forth and acted as a symbol of hope for England. So have a listen to Larks Ascending and sort of imagine how it would play to the rising up of a once beaten but also once great nation. A now beaten but once great nation.